a lot said about me, so I thought you should hear directly from me.
Every once in a while, a movie reminds you why people pick up a camera in the first place. Citizen Vigilante did exactly that. Within minutes, I wanted to grab my camera and make a movie about absolutely anything. That's because this film is simultaneously compelling and completely ridiculous. I'm 11 minutes in and I feel like I am the vigilante. However, that first scene had me barely containing my laughter because of how goofy as hell the gushing blood and knife choreography were. It sets the tone. The movie wants me to be horrified, but now I'm curious for the rest of the ride. I love the stick it to the man energy by the director. We are here to say and film whatever we want. So much 90s energy that I absolutely miss. I genuinely love this type of filmmaking. Screw the awards, the Oscars, the Emmys all can go down the toilet. This movie reminded me that filmmaking isn't about permission. Sometimes you just need somebody with a camera and something to say.
I'm scared to death. I'm frightened and I want to go home.
I see early on why this movie is addictive. Armie Hammer plays a character with so much conviction. You get this energy, you get this vibe that someone wronged this man. And now he's obsessed. He's on a mission to bring justice. Ask yourself, does conviction matter? I don't have to agree with him. I just have to believe he believes.
He's beginning to believe.
The movie connected with me because everyone has experienced frustration watching someone ignore the rules while everyone else follows them. We have all been there when we have seen people bending or breaking the rules. But unfortunately, to the misfortune of the movie, he has also got side quests, being a hotel or building manager, being investigated for being at a nightclub. It just messes up the momentum of the movie. For me, the film isn't primarily about targeting a demographic. It presents a vigilante obsessed with people he believes are breaking society's rules.
Believe that.
That vigilante seems driven less by hatred and more by an obsessive belief that someone has to enforce order.
Believe that.
I came away seeing a protagonist obsessed with punishing people violating social rules. Whether viewers agree with the worldview is another discussion, but that's how the character came across to me.
Believe that.
It's physical, every confrontation feels ugly, there's nothing glamorous.
Believe that.
There have been so many movies that I've watched and felt, I have to review this? I'd rather not. But Citizen Vigilante is so visceral. It feels realistic in a way that I could see these actions take place today. Does it make it a better film? No. I usually enjoy films that transport me somewhere else. This one traps me inside an increasingly unstable mind. What I do see here, not Batman, not Superman, hell, I don't even see a villain. Who is he? He's just a broken man trying to impose order on a world he believes has lost it. I am no longer in the movie theater or in my living room.
I'm scared to death. I'm confused and I want to go home.
I'm being pulled into the mind of the vigilante and actually rooting for the guy. Then he goes to the hotel and picks up a hooker. The hotel scene derails the momentum. The scene interrupts the pacing established by the opening. The movie loses the momentum and spent 10 minutes building. I mean, what's up with the mold scene? Was that supposed to be a comedic scene or am I tripping?
Look at this out of here. Get the out of here. This is unbelievable.
He was fully engaged and started staring at the mold.
Look at this.
Was the director intentionally breaking the tension, or did the scene simply not land as intended?
Out of here. Get the out of here. This is unbelievable.
Here's the biggest crime of them all. What structure is it trying to have? It's literally falling apart like the hotel in the movie. There is almost no stability to the pacing. The vigilante scenes create escalating tension. Every time the film cuts away to the investigation or the building manager subplot, it resets that momentum before it has a chance to build. And instead of increasing suspense, the narrative feels interrupted. The side stories are necessary, they're just arranged poorly. Here's the ironic part. A lot of people are going to walk away thinking about this movie would have been better if it was just 90 minutes of vigilante justice. Somehow, I completely disagree. If all we watched was one assault after the other, the movie would have been completely repetitive. The investigation, the hotel, his day job, those ideas are necessary. The problem isn't that they exist. The problem is where they exist. They interrupt momentum instead of feeding it. I think people are going to spend more time arguing about the movie's politics than they will be discussing its psychology. And I actually think that psychology is far more interesting. Everyone wants to argue about what the movie believes. I wanted to know what this man believes. One more time for the people in the back. Everyone wants to argue about what this movie believes. I wanted to know what this man believes. Everyone is debating the message. I'm more interested in why I couldn't stop watching The Messenger. There are some low budget and over the top goofy scenes sprinkled
Sprinkle me, man. Sprinkle me, man. Sprinkle me, man. Sprinkle me.
throughout the movie. The machine gun scene is terrible, but with the elevator music, it's just extremely ridiculous. This movie is silly at best. There's a feeling of a lack of a decent action director. Definitely, the vigilante portions of the film are compelling. It's extremely interesting, and the whole time I want to know what happened to him. What is his drive? What motivates him? I'm so fascinated to know. I'm invested in this character. I want to know the backstory as to why he's going around whooping asses. That is the crescendo of this movie. That's the standout. Everything else is silly. I felt like I needed a second watch because I don't understand his beef with the cops or SWAT. Regardless, this is an entertaining film. Citizen Vigilante is one of the strangest movies I've watched this year. Half the time I was laughing, the other half I couldn't look away. I wish the story surrounding the vigilante had been more compelling as the vigilante himself, because underneath the rough edges is a character I genuinely wanted to understand. That's enough to make this an entertaining watch, but not enough to lift it above a below average. Have you seen Citizen Vigilante? Let's discuss. Join me next time on Truly Tame Reviews, where we keep it real even when the movies don't. God bless, Jesus is King, and keep chasing your passions.